Hey everybody, Ben here. Welcome back to another Beard Guys Delta Force operations video. Today, I'm going to help you learn how you can make millions in passive income every single day in Delta Force without even having to start a single raid. What we're going to go through today is how you can use the Blacksite specifically in Season 6 with some new changes that have been made to make the maximum amount of money possible and make your life easier. I'll put timestamps down in the video description below so you can go to the part that's most of interest to you. But today I'm going to cover the basics of Blacksite production. If you've not done any of that before, that's going to help you get used to that. I'm going to talk about the specific changes they've made to Blacksite production for Season 6, the latest season in Delta Force, and some of the market changes that have had a big impact on what can make you the most profit in the current season. And I'll also go through a spreadsheet I've made where you can track prices and see what is the most profitable thing to craft day to day if you want to really nerd out and maximize your profits. Remember, all of this applies to PC, console, mobile. It's all exactly the same. You can do it on anything. The market is shared. The auction house is shared between all of those platforms. So the same things apply no matter what platform you're playing on. So for the very basics of the Blacksite, if you've not really used it for production before, you need to make sure you have your workbench and your armor bench leveled up to level 3. Also your cyber warfare and pharmacy as well, but I don't tend to use them quite so much. Cyber warfare allows you to craft gun attachments and weapons. You can make a little bit of money by crafting attachments and selling those. You can also craft stuff in your pharmacy. This is meds, obviously, and stims, where there's not really much money to be made, but you can save yourself a small amount. And then the big money you can make is via your workbench, where you craft ammo, and generally by crafting different types of purple and or gold ammo, you can make a lot of money. That's the biggest money you can make, is always by selling ammo. And you can also make money by crafting and selling armor via your workbench. As you level these up, you can see by getting them to tier 3, you'll unlock new recipes. So that's what you want to do in order to be able to craft the best stuff and make the most money. And once you've got these upgraded to tier 3, you can come in here, click the plus button, and that'll take you to your crafting list. You can then filter by different things, select the thing you want to craft, and then down on the bottom here, you can click this button here for quick materials to quickly buy all the stuff you need, or you can click the quick refill down on the bottom right, which kind of does the same thing. This little arrow next to it, this will favorite it, so it will kind of bookmark it at the top of the list if you want to do that. Some of the things you need to use for crafting in these menus aren't things you can buy directly. You have to trade in for them. So for example, this premium fuel, I have loads of at the moment, but if I had 0 and I needed to get more, I'd have to go to source, and then you can go view here, and that's going to take you to this page in your supply station, the medical bay collectibles tab, and there's several things you can trade in for here. So what you have to do basically is, if I wanted more premium fuel, for example, then I'd have to trade in 1 drip coffee and 1 cutlass, and that's going to give me 4 premium fuel. Remember, you get 4 of each of these every time you trade in. Same for the mechanical worker bees. These are used to craft red armor. These premium fuel is used to craft gold ammo. And then there's also titanium alloy and the intermediate ammo prod parts. Ceramic armor and polyfiber you just buy. You don't have to trade in for those. But this is where you get some of those premium things that can cost quite a bit of money. For example, this drip coffee and cutlass for premium fuel, that's going to cost me 382k. We buy those, click exchange, and that's going to give us 4 more fuel. If we go back here, you can see we've now got 12 of that, which is more than enough to craft tons of gold ammo. The current seasonal missions are throwing out tons of these premium fuels at the moment, so make sure you focus on doing some of those. They're quite easy to do. Those 8 premium fuels I had were all from seasonal missions, and those 8 premium fuels could do 4 batches of gold ammo, so that's going to be 500-600 rounds of gold ammo pretty much for free, which you can then sell for a lot of money. Similar situation in the armor bench. If you come over here, select something high tier like gold ammo, you see I need these titanium alloy. I already have 2 of those. Again, I'd need to trade in programmable processor and energy gel to get 4 of those, and then I could craft 2 elite vests using those 4 things. When you set something crafting, it's going to have a crafting time. You can see in the bottom right, this takes 8 hours. So if I just select the other bits, we add in the crusher and the board, click reduce, and we're going to now craft an elite vest over 8 hours. When this is finished, this will be an unbound items. This means we can sell this in the auction. Same for ammo. I mean, ammo is always unbound anyway. So you can see most of this ammo here I've crafted. Some of it I got from the past. If I wanted to sell all this gold ammo, I could sell this for 2.5 mil. And then I've got this 5.56 again. I could sell this for 2.2 mil. So it is worth a lot of money when you have some good ammo to sell. If we go down to some gear that I've crafted, you can see I've got various elite vests. These are all ones I can sell at auction because they're not bound. If they were bound, I'd only be able to do supply station, but they're unbound, so I can sell them in the auction house for maximum profit. As for changes made in Season 6, we have a new ammo type added, the 45 570 government, GOVT, whatever that stands for, gun nerds. That is now a new ammo type that is available. It has gold, purple, and blue. So you can see that there. That has been added to the spreadsheet. We're going to look at a little later, and we can look at exactly how profitable that ammo is to craft and sell. They've also changed the crafting times of purple armor, or rather changed back. There was basically a temporary event last season that reduced the craft time on purple vests and purple helmets to 13 hours. That's now ended, so they've all gone back to 16 hours again, making them a bit less economical to craft. At the moment, we also have drip coffee surging in price. This is up to 360k at the moment. At the time of making this video, that could go up, it could go down. Previously, back in the day, this was selling for like 400, 500,000. Then they kind of fixed the market to push it back down. It went down to about 200, 210. That's where it's been for quite a while. But with the new season, this has suddenly surged, and we're now up to pushing towards 400,000 for a drip coffee again. What that means is that gold ammo is now much more expensive to craft and is therefore much less profitable at the moment to craft and sell because of the increased crafting costs. Most of the gold ammo has stayed at a relatively static price. Some of the 7.62 rounds have dropped quite a lot at the moment. A lot of the purple rounds, in fact, pretty much all of them have also jumped up in price. You can see the 5.8 here is up to over 2,000. All the purple ammo at the end of last season was very low. You tend to see that at the end of the season because there's loads of purple ammo coming in from the season pass, and now it jumped again at the beginning of the season. But currently purple ammo is quite high. These prices will fluctuate hour by hour, day by day, and as the season goes on, they'll probably change quite drastically as well. So just keep that in mind. But thankfully, that's what the spreadsheet I'm going to show you at the end of this video. That allows you to enter a few numbers manually to give you the current market prices, and then that'll tell you exactly what to craft at that moment to make the maximum profit. By the way, if you're looking to buy any Delta coins to get any of the new skins or the season pass, if you buy them via my official Delta Force partner creator code link, which is the Midas buy link down below, that's actually cheaper than buying them in game. You're going to save yourself money by buying them via that creator link than buying them in game. So make sure you do that if you want to support the channel and save yourself a few quid at the same time. So let's have a quick look at this spreadsheet I made. This is a Google Doc. You can find the link to it down below. This doesn't update automatically. You need to enter some values to give it the current market prices because they change all the time. If you want to use it, just click the link down in the video description, go to File, make a copy, save a local copy, and then you'll be able to modify it. You won't be able to modify it on the link. Don't request access. You won't be able to do that. You need to make a local copy. And then what you need to do when you enter it, you have this variables tab you can see here. These green values, they're the ones to update. Everything else is just automatic. You don't need to touch. And you don't need to do all of these. What's probably best to do is just update the auction prices of these ammo types on the left with the current market prices. I've just done that a minute ago. And then these material costs in the middle, the ones that are highlighted in bright green are the most important. You can see box drip coffee, canister, programmable processor, and polyethylene there. They're the ones that are the highest cost and fluctuate the most. The others you can update if you want, but they don't tend to fluctuate so much. They don't have as bigger impact on prices. So if you're feeling lazy, you can ignore them. The ones at the bottom not marked in green, you can just ignore. And again, for gear value, if you want to check vests and stuff, then you need to update the current market prices into these boxes. That's exactly what these are. These are just the prices taken from the auction page. Why would you do all that boring stuff? Well, because then you can go to the other tab and it will tell you exactly what to craft and how much money you can make doing it. So you can see here, we've got all our ammo listed. We can sort this by different tabs here. This is profit per day. If I want to change this to Blacksite profit, this column here will tell us how much profit we'll make per crafting cycle. So per 7 hours of crafting 9x39, every time we craft a batch of 180 of that and then sell it, we're going to make 309,000 in profit. That's taking into account the crafting costs. It's 104k to produce. We're selling it for 413k, so we're making about 309. Profit per day is looking at that 7 hours. So if we craft that all day, every time 7 hours runs out, we craft it again. That tells us how much we can make in a single day crafting that ammo type. So if we're crafting 9x39 tier 4 purple, we can make over 1 million per day by crafting it and selling it. And that's kind of the theme of what is most profitable to sell at the moment is purple ammo. Last season, most of the time it was gold ammo, but because box drip coffee has gone up, it's now much more profitable at the moment to craft and sell purple ammo. If purple ammo prices come down or drip coffee coffee prices come down, then that's going to switch and gold ammo is going to be more profitable again. But for the time being, 9x39 purple, 9x19 purple, and 5.8x42 purple are all the best to craft. They're going to make you over 900k per day by crafting and selling those. Keep in mind, you can also save yourself a lot of money by crafting ammo and using it. That's what this Blacksite saving column is. So if we look at this and look at the biggest savings, if I wanted to craft gold ammo to use, like 9x39 gold ammo, for example, every 120 rounds I craft, that's going to save me 250k when compared to if I was buying it from auction to use. Just remember, when you've got your own copy and you've come in and updated these values on the first page to give you the current market prices, when you go back to this, just reset these because they won't automatically be in order. You just need to click the tabs and resort them, and then that'll show the updated values and tell you what to craft. Exactly the same for the armor tab. Works in exactly the same way. You can sort this by profit per day, profit, saving, etc. As you can see at the moment, elite vests, you can make 500k a day by crafting elite vests. They only take 8 hours to craft. They cost 165k each to produce, and then you can sell them for 336k. All the gold armor is currently selling for a lot more than normal, so that probably will come down later in the season. There's stuff that's used in missions like the mask iron helmet, so that's got a really inflated price at the moment. So you will see these prices probably settle down a bit and these orders change. But at the moment, H09 anti-riot helmet, GN heavy helmet, elite vest, Havoc 2 vest, all of these things all going to make you 400k plus per day. So if you're crafting your elite vests every day and you're crafting 9x39 purple at the moment, with the current market prices, you're going to be making 1.5 million plus in pure profit every single day without even having to start a raid. One last thing to just keep in mind when you're doing this is you don't really want to just craft the ammo or craft the vest and then immediately sell it. It's actually going to make you much more money by monitoring the prices over a period of a few days and selling when the price is good. You can see here I tend to hoard my ammo a little bit, and what I'll tend to do is just keep crafting and crafting until I've got loads of something and watching the market prices. And when I see that something's gone particularly high, like 5.56 is 4,100 at the moment, 5.8 is 4,200. If one of these suddenly spiked to like 4,500 or 5k, which can happen, then I'd go in here and sell maybe like half of the ammo or even all of it if it wasn't something I thought I was going to use. So do that and make sure you sell when it's high rather than when it's low, and you're going to make yourself a lot more money. So that's everything for today. If you've got any questions, drop them down in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my live streams on YouTube and Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And as I said, if you want to buy any Delta coins, you can get them cheaper by using my creator code link down in the video description. Thanks so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. My name's Ben. We are the Beard Guys, and I'll see you next time.